Yeah. Paul McGuire Grimes, KSTP, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Amanda, I am so excited to talk to you today. Mank was one of my most anticipated films of the fall. It definitely lived up to expectations. I think that this is really your career high performance. So kudos to you on this film.
Thank you.
I was really unfamiliar with Marion Davies before going into this movie. Now that you've studied her and played her, what do you want moviegoers of today to learn about who she was?
I want people to know that she was a girl's girl, a guy's girl. She was who she was. She couldn't tell a lie, and she was someone that you probably, most people would want to be around. I think somebody that I would want to be around. She would have been a really good friend. And I think, and I love that this highlights her relationship with May because they bring out the best in each other. And I think it's really amazing that I got the opportunity to show the world someone really special and a side of her that people kind of didn't know. I mean, a lot of people based her on Susan Alexander, and that's not accurate. So this is really fun.
That's awesome. Do you think you would have wanted to be an actress in the old studio system?
Yes.
Oh, say more about that. Just because I feel like I know a little bit about what that was like back in the day with contracts and.
Listen, I don't know how it wasn't very equal, but I certainly think that there are a lot of women who wore the pants in those days in some ways that we don't even know about. But also, I even though it was a man's world for sure, I think it was so glamorous. And the part of the reason why I got into acting when I was so young was because it seemed so glamorous, and I got to perform and make people laugh. And I don't doubt that I would have been even more, attracted to that whole world and that lifestyle. It seemed just too good to be true, maybe, but also just big and exciting, and it seemed like a party.
Yeah.
I would have wanted to be at.
I feel like I could easily see you in the old MGM movie musicals, the Esther Williams, like swimming in a pool, like the kind of that glory day. I feel like Mank, it looks like it was shot like old movies were back then, like sound stages, backlots with the lighting. How would you say that this experience is different than maybe movies contemporary stuff that you've worked on, or even how David Fincher works compared to other directors that you've worked with?
Well, in reading his Sunday Times Magazine article, which is incredibly in depth, I realized the steps he took to make this feel and look and I mean, it was as accurate as it could possibly be, as authentic as it could possibly be to the time. He actually said in the article that he wanted it to feel like it was made concurrently with Citizen Kane. And I think he nailed it. It's really hard to do. We're in modern day. We have technology. He had, this camera company come up with black and white technology to help him out. But, in some ways, the way he recorded it the same way that they did, in a theater, recording back on itself, which is crazy. And he did a lot to make it feel that way. And that's why it feels that way. And I think only David Fincher could have really done that. And working with him, oh my God, it's a lot. It's really hard work. You have to live up to the task. You have to be up for the task. You have to bring 100% of yourself in. You have to do all the work beforehand, and you have to come ready to play. And I had never been challenged that much. I had never been put to task that way, and I loved it. And I think there's a new me in there.
I love hearing that, just because he's one of my favorite filmmakers of all time. What have you been binging on Netflix? I know so many of us have sat during this pandemic and just turned on the queue and have plowed through things. What's Amanda been streaming lately?
Well, sadly, I had run out of Datelines last year. My husband and we had to look into something else to binge. And luckily, the Great British Baking Show, we just discovered it 2 weeks ago, and we're going backwards. We started with the Matt Lucas season and in the final last week, and now we're going backwards, and it's wonderful. It's so the opposite of death and courtrooms. And I miss Keith, but for any of you Dateline fans, but
Keith Morrison.
But Noel Fielding and that Sandy lady who I didn't know before this it's really fantastic. And I just finished 8 seasons of Nurse Jackie. What was it was incredible.
We get behind. I totally get that. Well, thank you so much. It was great talking to you. I could have mentioned so many other projects, Twin Peaks, of course, but thank you so much. Congrats on Mank. It's a really excellent picture.
I'm so glad you love it. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.